Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up.
Hey loves, hey loves, hey loves. My name is Wyann Vaughn, also known as Y, and this is another amazing episode of Raise It Up, Y, the podcast. We are coming at you the last Thursday of May 2020 in a very, very special two-part series. Two-part, and you'll understand why in just a moment. Two-part series. We're calling this Meet the Parents Part 1. Meet the Parents Part 1 with episode called Best of My Love featuring Miss Wanda Vaughn. Everybody give it up. Everybody give it up. Yay! And we're going to get more into the significance of that in a moment. But if you're looking on YouTube, then you know my beautiful mother is accompanying me today for our episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcasting format, we like to say thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for investing a moment of space in this crazy world to devote some energy and recharging love back into yourself. That's what our platform stands for. We are here to raise your awareness, your vibration, and your capacity for love, which is just knowledge. So everything we do on here is geared towards that. And this little hip-hop legend, you'll understand why she's called that in a minute. This little hip-hop legendary lady who happens to be my mama is named Wanda Vaughn. She is the lead singer of the Grammy Award-winning family group The Emotions. And while we are still focusing on self-awareness, we will be answering the question for the day that speaks to the 2020 vision of self-awareness, making sure we can see ourselves in the mirror, because what's the point of having 2020 vision if the only person or place you don't see is in yourself? Hello. So we're going to make sure that what we're going to be answering today is, what does the best of your love look like in your life? All right? Can we do that, Mommy?
Oh, yes.
Mommy, are you happy to be here?
I am. I'm so happy.
I'm very, very excited if you guys can't tell. So today we're going to have Break It Down right before we get into a Get Raised segment with Mama Wanda Vaughn. And we're going to have a little impromptu do-a-ditty because she going to sing a little bit because she been known to sing a little bit and everything. So we're going to get into all of that in just a minute. But you know how we do. We don't start any of our programming before we do some grounding. Grounding, again, everyone who's been watching for over a year now, episode 18. Goodness, we started in January 2019, Mom.
Yes.
The last Thursday of January 2019. So now we've been on for going on a year and a half.
Yes.
That's so crazy to me.
That's amazing.
But grounding, per my training as a therapist, is when you take a moment to settle yourself where exactly you are. You know how sometimes, especially how times are right now, you can be physically somewhere, but your mind
somewhere else.
There you go. So with your mind being somewhere else, or your spirit maybe being somewhere even different than your mind.
Distracting.
Just distracted.
Yes.
That's the best way to say that. 2020, grounding is focus. Focus in the now.
Yes.
And taking and bringing yourself right into your moment. So if you are driving, since we are now able to kind of move around the city a little bit, I invite you to keep your eyes open during this part of the programming. And if you are anywhere where you feel that you might like to do so, I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes and really bring yourself into this grounding moment. And our little prompt here is, take a moment to be here with me. Hear my voice. Feel your feet wiggle your toes, touch on your nose, and just recognize that you're here. Breathe you a breath in, pinch, and then blow a breath out. Now do that one more time, Mom. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And you just take a moment to own this miracle called life, that you are breathing and winning just by living this life. By spending this time with my voice right now, you are investing into your betterment. Sit with that and feel proud. And welcome to our space. Now let's go up. And now that we're all in this rocket together, you guys see all my posts. Every time I post something, I always put a rocket ship at the end of it. Because then that's how we go up. But you know how we got so much energy, we like rocket fuel.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting right up to the stars. So our first segment of today is called Break It Down. And in Break It Down, we discover the genius within hip hop culture. And if there were 10 commandments of hip hop, then one of them would have to be that there ain't no half stepping. And that is, if you look at Urban Dictionary, a term that goes back, and I checked this with Terrace, actually. It's a term that goes back, Terrace Martin, by the way, but it goes back into the 1960s when jazz musicians would call players who weren't really playing for real.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they was trying to go after like someone like a Coltrane. Coltrane plays authentic and he brings the spirit. So when players would see musicians who attempted to play like a Coltrane, bring the energy and be full in, but they could do all the notes, but you couldn't feel none of the energy behind it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, that boy half-stepping. So this is a hip-hop term that started with jazz in the 1960s. I didn't know. I had to call Terrace last night to make sure I wasn't misquoting sort of thing. He said, well, yeah, that's exactly. And so he, of course, took me on an hour. But I love you, Terrace. And thank you so much because you're always so helpful. The hip-hop culture coined the term half-stepping. It is an adjective phrase that describes anyone who exhibits behavior that appears to be fake, phony, cheap, or inauthentic. Clowns is what we call them in hip-hop. If you're a clown, you half-step. A clown in hip-hop means a person who literally is half-stepping as an imposter, a poser, trying to be something that they're not. They exacerbate the most cheap pieces of human nature type of stuff. So we call that person a clown. Y'all can put your own examples in there because I don't want to vilify anybody, but everyone knows a clown, especially in hip-hop. So we can thank one of hip-hop's big guys. We're going to call this MC, this master of ceremony, Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy.
Because Big Daddy Kane is the one who popularized the term ain't no half-stepping. So you guys hear me talk about people who listen to this podcast. We like to spread non-corny positivity. It means that we try to spread, no, we don't try to, we do spread authentic positivity. So that means that sometimes we, speak as eloquently and with great diction and the words like this or whatever. And sometimes we call you out. If you acting dumb, we call you dumb. Like we don't run from it. Dr. Dre says, don't do diet hip hop. And I don't ever plan to do diet hip hop because that would be half-stepping. Half-stepping is different from something called code switching. This is Wendy with the communications major and stuff like that. Code switching in communication is when you recognize the first principle of public speaking, which is know your audience. So when you know your audience, you know, okay, this particular audience, let's say children, the more playful side of you probably should get played up when you're talking to children. If you're talking to the opposite side of life, if you were in a senior citizen home, you might use different phrases. You might speak a little louder because they might, you know what I'm saying? But the way that you speak and how you choose to represent what pieces of yourself, that looks different. That's called code switching. You're still being you. You're just playing up a different piece of you. Code switching and half-stepping are not the same things. Half-stepping means you're being fake. Code switching means that you're using and utilizing different parts of yourself,
Yes.
given the different people, different audiences that you're attempting to reach. So I wanted to put that up in this particular episode because this song, Ain't No Half Steppin', happens to be one of the most, known songs of all when it comes to our MC God, if you will, the Big Daddy Kane.
Yes.
And there is a familiar song that he used in order to create his song. Do you know what it is, Mom?
I believe
Okay. You might know it.
a Stax song, Stax Records.
It's definitely a Stax Records song.
Isaac Hayes wrote it.
And definitely Isaac Hayes wrote it. Yes.
Blind Alley.
Yes! Okay. I'm so upset because, of course, our internet is being... Sing it, Ma.
Blind Alley, blind alley. Blind alley, blind alley. Because you've got who I want. Got who I want. Sorry you don't have, baby. Too bad now.
Ding, ding, da, ding, ding, ding. I didn't know you was gonna start singing it because I had you singing another part. So, but yes, and that I wanted to give people who didn't hear it or hadn't ever heard it just a little taste of it. But this is, of course, the big Glendale House Wi-Fi. Right.
Oh, yes.
So,
I'm just gonna sit here.
and you, hey boy, na, 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 na.
No, Daddy wrote that.
Did your dad write that?
Yeah.
My grandfather?
He wrote the lyrics. I don't know why I would. But that's Isaac Hayes and them, of course, did the music.
I didn't know that.
But look at it and see. Yes.
I don't know. I don't say that. I
Well,
don't think
they
that
didn't
it's
know
not.
it then because they did pay us.
Right.
After a while.
Right.
You know, when they sample other stuff.
Right.
And then they did pay us.
The rappers, all of y'all beautiful rappers.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all pay my mommy.
Yes.
I would really appreciate that because I don't want to have to come for y'all. That would be half stepping, and we don't do that. So I wanted to make sure that you knew about what half stepping was, and I wanted to make sure that you knew about that piece of genius called the Break It Down segment of
Right.
Raise It Up Why, so that when you all hear some of these tenets, if you will, of anything that hip hop does, whether it be keep it real, whether it be ain't no future in your frontin', when you talk about half stepping, make sure that you always recognize it as a less than desirable trait. And if someone describes you as half stepping, then you want to make sure that you get on top of your game so that you can fully be whoever or whatever that you're attempting to be. But that's gonna lead us. I just wanted to do that to kind of just massage the topic of mom and all of them. This is gonna lead us right into the Get Raised segment. And I wanted to introduce my mother as hip hop legacy. Legacy because I can show you right here because you're right here sitting next to me. 343 rap songs have sampled you.
Get out.
64 have covered, like how B.I.G.B. did.
Oh, yes.
So
With
remember
I Don't Wanna Lose
Jade?
Your Love?
When
Yes,
Jade did Blessed.
Yes.
And they did
Neighbors.
I Don't Want to Lose.
Maybe.
No.
Or
See, I didn't do that because they were R&B. I didn't even research them.
One of them was.
Or was I Don't Want to
Neighbors,
Lose?
remember? Yes.
Oh, Neighbors.
Yeah.
No, you know who did Neighbors?
Oh, Jones Girl. Oh, no.
Gina and Pam.
Oh, yes.
Off of Martin.
Off of Martin. You're right. They
Oh,
did.
Wyann. Tisha Campbell and Tashina Arnold.
and
Thank
Tashina
you.
Arnold.
I couldn't, my brain wouldn't switch over into the
Yes.
real lives. But yes, and that was on a soundtrack that they both were in.
That's right.
And everything. So, yes, I wanted to make sure that you all knew that producers like Dr. Dre, the RZA from Wu-Tang, Marley Marl, and DJ Quick, amongst a plethora of others.
Marky.
Marley Marl. Marley Marl.
Yes.
Remember rapping through the hard. You never thought that hip hop would take it. No. So here's what I'm gonna show you the Marley Marl one because you know this song, but you didn't know. OMG, where are you?
The guy.
Hold on. Did you guys know this? Katie, did you know that this was Mom?
Wyann, yeah, from the home of the Dodger. Yeah, baby, I like it. Shimmy, shimmy,
Y'all, shimmy, y'all, shimmy. Flipping your mic so I can take it away. Hold on. Not to have to stunt, but Mom. This is Mom and them.
Oh yeah,
Song called I Like It.
I like it.
Off of So I Can Love You. 1969. You remember this, Mom?
Yes.
Outstanding. I thought that this one was wrong, so I called Dre today, and he said, no, that was me. Tell Mom I love her. So watch. You guys, of course, know the none other than y'all know best of. So guess what I don't know if you know this song, babe. This was off of Snoop's Doggy Style, and it features actually the Dramatics.
Oh my.
This particular song. I'm like, I think you know this.
What the Larry
Snoopy, Corrupt, Daz, and the Dramatics.
Can we get a motherfucking moment of
Well,
silence?
we don't have to say that
for
part.
this-
Snoopy, we'll forgive you. Yes, he'd be like, Auntie, no, I didn't do that. I didn't mean to.
Hey,
I didn't mean
Daz,
to do
give me
that.
a light, nigga.
But we got something old and something new for y'all tonight.
Have you ever heard of this?
Oh yes.
It's a doggy dog world.
That's it.
Dre used Best of My Love in there.
Oh wow.
But he put it with so much other stuff.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So
right.
that's why it's not as apparent, that one. And then the last one that I didn't know if you guys knew, also from, I mean,
It's a-
this is Raekwon featuring Ghostface Killer and Nas, song called Verbal Intercourse, produced by the RZA. And the song that they got it from was, you were singing this earlier. It's The Emotions. If you think it, you may as well do it.
Think it, you may as well do it.
I think I just pushed pause on it, actually.
If you think it, you
No,
may.
it's just the internet. But no, so I thought that was pretty outstanding.
Wow.
And on both accounts, I thought that I was tripping. So I went back, hit up your Questlove and your Dre. And they both said to say that they loved you and thank you.
Oh, thank you, Quest.
So I put them on there and I got that. And I said, about to go on with Mom. I said, look at you. I said, you sample that? He said, yeah. That's Dre. So I wanted you to be aware, ladies and gentlemen, in this Get Raised section that Mom and Auntie Sheila, Auntie Jeanette, Auntie Pam,
Yes.
they all have the very much so right to be seen as hip hop royalty. In fact, hold up. According to Know Your Samples, The Emotions and the Wu-Tang's Audio Intercourse by a gentleman named Ishmael Abdusalam, The Emotions are hip-hop royalty. One listen to this female R&B group classic, Blind Alley, is all one needs to know about how important they are to hip-hop history.
Oh,
That
my
was brought to me by some of the producers from the pharmacy
gosh. Yeah,
with
yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Dre. And they showed me that. They sent me that link so I could make sure I told that to you. Shouts out to Reef in New York for Beats One. So I wanted to ask you a question, young lady. Going off of all of this, I wanted to know, what is your best or your favorite memory growing up with Papa Joe, my granddad, and all of his teachings with you and aunties? What's your favorite memory?
Oh, my favorite memory was when Dad taught me how to squall.
How?
Well, we went to see the Mighty Clouds of Joy.
Okay.
And we went to see the Blind Boys and all those squallers.
Ooh, yeah.
But Dad had a guy in his group called Steve. Oh my gosh. And his group was called the Wings of Heaven
Got it.
from Chicago, Illinois. And he was a quartet group.
Yeah.
Daddy was the fifth singer. The fifth singer
it.
was like, was Smokey Robinson's voice. All right.
Yes.
Because it's the high singer. But anyway, he would squall
Yeah.
in the range of Cuba Gooding.
Wow.
of main ingredients.
Wow.
It's a shame. The food, it's
Everybody plays the food. Sometimes. Those high ones right there.
Yes, up there with that nasal and the squall, that they did.
Baby.
Yes. Well, the squall, I like the one in Peace Be Still.
Yes.
By Mavis Staples,
Yes.
and Aretha Franklin, of course. Think about what you're trying to do. Oh, think that your mind gonna let yourself be. Let's go back, let's go way back when.
Yeah, Mom.
I didn't even know you. You couldn't have been too much more than 10. And then she go, hey! And that's the squall. But I would get that from Aretha.
Yeah.
Aretha, Mavis. My baby.
No, not Mavis.
No.
That was a church you would be at.
Yeah, but with and her brothers in the
Mavis.
No.
Oh.
Gladys.
Really?
What's the one that her and Marvin Gaye did the song together?
Ain't nothing like the real thing.
They both did it. The song.
Grapevine.
Headed through the grapevine. That was the first song that I squalled on being low. Because Mavis Staples always, hear me, Jesus. She would sing that low squall. Hear me, Jesus.
Yeah.
Hear me, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what she would do.
Absolutely.
And then between that and Aretha, with the high, because I had more highs in my voice. And then as I got older, my voice got higher. I don't know what happened, but it did, and I know people would say, but it's probably from hollering at my husband. That was a good way of stretching.
It's good practice.
Vocal cords. Yes, but anyway, but then I would squall when I would be, really mad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I got this squall when I holler at him.
So you learn new things about your voice just from playing with your voice.
Yes, animated
that is
singing.
so
I used to have that at the end of my little thing that I put out.
How to sing effectively.
How to sing effectively. I used to
Yes.
teach it at the MI.
Yeah.
At the MI over on Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
At the Institute.
Yes. Yes.
And when we went to do certain tours in Japan, we would go to those schools, those singing schools, the MIs over there. And the students, that's what they wanted to know. How did you sing squall like that on Peace Be Still?
Woo.
Yeah. And that hard squall. Yes.
Sweetly.
And it's that place, the epiglottis back there where you cough. The thing where you actually gargle. You know when you gargle?
Yeah.
You put that to a note. And you actually, that's how the squall, like a Donald Duck,
Right. That's what you used to tell us. Yeah.
And then you do it with...
Because on Blessed.
But you'll refine it, until it gets, right where you want the intensity.
You have to play around. But I like that animated singing.
Animated singing. That was the last part of my chapters on how to sing effectively.
I'm laughing because, so you all know, we're going to break the fourth wall. Where we are currently is at the house where I grew up in Glendale, in the room I grew up in.
Yes.
I just showed my my angels and Chris. I showed them my piggy bank, which is a green Crayola crayon.
Yes.
The big Crayola
Remember
crayon.
those from... Yeah.
I had, and it's literally a piggy bank that's in this room, and so this is when my mom was talking about animated singing. I'm thinking about even when she would tell us bedtime stories.
Yes.
They would be like every character had its own voice.
Yes.
The girl
If
with
there
the cat.
was a cat in it, there was the 3 Billy Goat Gruff that went over the troll, went over the bridge, and each of them had a voice.
Yes.
And yes, I
absolutely
always
remember
did that.
Yeah. I want you guys to know that when my mother and both father would be on either the same gig or they would have 2 gigs in the same night, sort of a thing. Back in the day when we were growing up.
Yes.
We only so many times would have a babysitter. Well, there was this one time, this unfortunate, beautiful woman, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But she was babysitting my older sister, Wendy, and me. And she had the audacity to pick up a favorite story with the little cat, with the girl, come here, cat.
Yes.
I cannot think of the name because it's not a common fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? It's not a common bedtime story. Oh, if I find
Where
it.
is Kitty?
Where is Kitty is
Where
the
is
name of the
Kitty?
doggone book. Where is Kitty? And My mother had a distinct voice for the little girl, for the narration, and for the cat. The cat could like kind of meow or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when she would use her voice, it was very distinctive to my sister and me, and we would go to sleep very well after we'd heard the story done right. So there was a day when this babysitter, we said, we have our story, we know what we want you to say, so go ahead and do the story to us. She read us the story.
Yes.
There was no animation in her voice. She didn't have a character for each of the voices.
Do you have the right story? You were
Mommy,
asking her.
we didn't know what she was singing. Rather, look at the Freudian slip. Look at the we didn't know what she was telling us. So Wendy was more authoritative back then. So Wendy raises her hand. It's bedtime. She raises her hand like we're in class. She goes, I'm sorry, that's not the way that story is said. This is what Wendy, like that too.
That's not the way the story goes.
That's not the way the story. Yeah, you're definitely doing it wrong. It's come here, little cat. Like, so Wendy tried to do you.
Come here, kitty. Yeah, there was always 3 kitties for 1 cat.
And when we owned cats, this is exactly what we did, and this is how we all the stray cats that we ever captured. This is how we got them. So the next question, what is your best or favorite song of the emotions, and what makes it so? Maybe your favorite to sing, or the favorite one that you have, your favorite one that you wrote. What is your favorite or your best song within your catalog?
Of the emotions.
In
that
particular.
they would know.
No,
would
they
be
don't gotta know
blessed.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't gotta know it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you got the right to know.
You got the right to know.
That was on the first album, the Flowers album.
Did you write that?
Yeah. Yeah, I wrote that.
That one is more obscure.
You got the right to know.
Tell me that one, just the first verse.
You got the right to know why I don't love you no more. Look what you've done to me. Look what I've done to you. Why I don't love you no more. Through the years, loving off and on. Yeah. Too many tears, had to be something wrong. Boy, you made to me kind of woman that you couldn't believe. And now you made to be a man that I couldn't believe. Why? You got the right to know. You got the... I gotta let you go. You got the right to know why. That's what it was.
I got it.
That's what it was.
I love that. Now that's your favorite song that you wrote.
Yes, but there was a squall all the time in the second part because you squalled like, why did you let me go? Why did you?
Right.
Because you got the right to know why I don't want you no more. That's the reason why I'm leaving you, because you got the right to. Most people leave you and don't tell you why. Yeah, make you figure it out.
And in this song, you gonna say, well, you got the right to know.
Yes.
Why I don't love you
ain't
no
gotta
more.
go to therapy.
I'll make sure that you know. Hello.
I'm telling you why.
No, Mom. So what would you say, if you had to, was the main difference between songwriting? You wrote songs, Mom. You wrote songs in your day, and not just for yourself, some for Aretha.
Yeah.
You wrote some for Beverly Johnson. You wrote some for, a little bit of everybody back then and yourself. What would you say is the major difference that you hear in songwriting from that classic time, that 70s golden era time
Well,
to
when
now?
I first sung I Don't Want to Lose Your Love,
Yes.
I'm in Charles Stepney's house.
Yes.
And we're down there on his piano, grand piano, and I'm playing I Don't Want to Lose Your Love. When I first started playing, dinner's ready, and the wine is chill, like a, what do you call those kind of?
A torch song.
Torch song.
Yep.
My bed, 'cause I don't wanna lose your love. It was like that.
Wow.
Think how it feels, baby.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Maurice would say, "Why don't you speed it up?" So, oh no, it's a blues song. It's it's
That's what
okay.
you thought.
But this way, you got 5 verses. It's about 2 minutes long, and the record is 3 minutes. At that time.
Yeah.
You can only have it at, 2:45. They don't really want it 3 minutes.
Right.
They want, that was airtime.
Got
And
it.
so he said, we got to speed it up. I said, I want songwriting. He said, I'll tell you what, after you do, because I don't want, then we'll, Da-da-dum. Dinner's ready. Do-do-do-do. And the one that ain't gonna work, they ain't gonna work, Reese. And he said, yeah, it's gonna work. And it worked. So that was something I had to find out.
Right.
Because even though the way I was writing
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
because it was a torch song, I had all these verses to tell what happened in the story.
Yeah.
You know, I don't lose your love. Don't want to lose your love. Don't want to lose your love. I don't want to lose your love. Come on and say that you will. I'll be there to fulfill. I don't want to lose your love. I don't want to lose your love. You think I need your love. You won't believe my love.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't deceive my love.
Right, right.
Don't want to see.
your
And
love.
if you didn't know all the, I remember when B.
Okay.
was in the studio and what's her producer, Hammer.
Okay,
Called me
yeah.
on the phone. I was like, hey, how'd you get my number? Oh, Reese gave it to me. I'm in the studio and I'm doing a thing on BNGB.
Right.
And she's doing Don't Want to Lose Your Love.
Yeah.
And we was trying to figure out what you're saying on the very first chorus.
Oh,
I don't want
yeah.
to lose your love.
'Cause it's,
I think you need my love. You can't deceive. You can't defeat my love.
You won't believe.
You won't believe my love. I don't want to lose your love. And she said, oh, we thought it was this, that, and the other. And they were singing totally different words. Then they had the harmony wrong. I said, no, that's not the way we did the harmony.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, but just showing them, but that was my father's harmony.
Yeah.
And that always what made our music different, our sound different.
Yeah.
People didn't know Dad didn't just do straight 1 3 5, which
Right.
is harmony, do mi so.
Yeah, right.
He would do contrary motion, where we would start in the second and third, the minor, and go to the dominant,
Right.
which the low part would end up being on top, and the top part would end up being in the middle.
Your harmonies
You
are
remember that?
very hard. My mom's harmonies, my mom and my
Yes.
aunt's harmonies are very, very hard to mimic correctly
Yes.
and to have a range. My mom, I love her so much. She gave me all of her parts because all of their
Yes.
voices are higher than mine. Y'all know,
Yeah.
y'all know my voice. You know what I'm
Mavis.
saying? I got the Mavis. What DJ Pooh used to tell me, do your man voice.
Oh yeah, you would sing Maurice's part on Boogie Wonderland.
I definitely sing Maurice's
because you
part.
had that low.
Midnight creeps so slowly into the heart. It's so
Yes.
funny to see the audience when I do that.
Yeah, because you sound like him.
Yeah. And they be looking for where the nigga? I mean, where the man? I'm sorry. Look, I almost kind of trying to be myself in my best
Because
behavior.
Joey would sing it on the road. when he
Exactly.
was my brother.
My
Yeah.
Uncle Joe, and
would
her
sing.
her little brother, and he would sing it. And now he's on the road with us, but we'd be like, Uncle, come out. He'd be like, no, that's y'all. That's
Yeah,
y'all. Because
yeah.
he's dealing with everything else over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He's dealing with the business.
Yeah, you know, so
Now.
all the family. I love that though. I love.
Yeah.
What I was gonna ask you also, Mom, about the singing and the songwriting. How did you know on certain songs? I'm thinking of the song right now. We just sang it on Mother's Day, actually, 1 week ago. Baby, just don't lie there. I know that's Auntie singing. Auntie She.
All right.
Baby, please don't stay.
Slip away.
Slip away. And how
Clarence
did you,
McDonald wrote that.
who?
Clarence McDonald.
Didn't he write
Out
something
of
else
Vegas.
for y'all?
Yeah.
What did he write else?
Oh,
I can't
that's-
think right now, but I thought he
can't
wrote
think
something
of
else. But he's a
that.
very amazing songwriter.
Yes. He wrote with Denise Williams. Him and Denise wrote together.
Okay, thank you. I'm like, I know there's something
Oh, you
else. that
better
you
face a part of my life. I know that I will never be free.
So DJ Quick just put me on that record telling me I don't know y'all stuff.
Yeah.
That I'm not even lying. I can show you in the phone. He sent it to me telling me shame, shame, shame. I said, I do know that song. Anyway, but I want to
But
know.
Slip Away, yeah. That
How
was
do
a
you
nice
all?
one.
How do you all?
How'd I know that love would slip away? Slip away.
Hey, hey, hey. How I know that love would slip away.
Slip away.
Hey, hey, hey.
So we just did 3
Yeah.
octaves, 3 changes. From the low harmony
Yeah.
to the mezzo,
Yeah.
all the way to the last one, the dominant.
How do you pick these? I mean, I know that when somebody writes you a song, they also write you the melody and y'all can have, some liberties
Right.
with the harmonies. But in the execution, because there's a difference between a demo artist, somebody who just demos songs very
you're right,
well.
you're right.
And there's a difference between what y'all do, like when your artist brings it to life.
Right.
How were you all taught, or where did you all learn how to bring a song, a word, a melody to life? Because when you all sing the emotions, y'all make people believe what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when Auntie tell me, oh, baby, just don't lie there. Baby, please don't. I can't help if I feel this way. And
You just said it. The punctuation's the breath. The breaths are the accents, are the exclamation points, the commas, the brackets. It's all in the breath.
You see
That's
it.
why the emotion
Yes.
is in the breath, the actual how do you say it?
Yeah, the
Punctuality of
punctuation.
right. Like when you hit a piano, what do you call it? Punctuatory? The
Inflections of it. You know what I'm saying? When you push
the
it.
fact of hitting it.
Yeah. What
Well,
that
that's
feels.
what happened with us with our breath. That's why.
Yeah.
It's all the breath, but with the tone on it.
Of course.
But it gives you whether it's a happy thing or hip away.
Yeah.
We went to a minor thing because that's love slipping away.
And it was sad
So
on
that's
that part.
sad, yeah.
You know my favorite song that you wrote, Mom? Let me be honest. Because I didn't know that you wrote this song.
Well.
But you wrote it for Auntie. Hold up. I'm going to give you the key right now.
Okay.
I think I'm wrong still, but how can you
Yes.
stop loving the one you do? How can you stop loving the one you do love?
When I first played that,
Yeah.
I was on Stephanie's piano. Going ding 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 ding. And I'm playing, then he took my hand away. And he took over playing. He never heard that song.
In his
Then
life.
he said it was the Beethoven sonata from I said, I don't know what you talking about.
No, right.
I ain't never heard that song.
No.
This is the song I wrote.
Right.
He said, I'm telling you that that's the song one.
It sounds like a music box.
And it had a number to it. You know, all the sonatas had numbers.
Yeah.
And he said, well, Wanda, I don't know how. Yeah, I said, well, unless I drinked it from another,
Another dimension.
body. Yeah, or something. But that's how and he said, because do you know the inversions that you're using are actually sonatas, which are sleeping, things to go to sleep by. You know, they're just calming inversions like fourths and fifths.
They make you feel.
Yes.
They make you feel.
It makes you feel floaty.
Yes.
Like you're gonna drift off.
Yeah.
You know, like okay, what's that baby in the rockin' in the tree?
Yeah. Rockabye Baby. Lullabies.
Rockabye baby, do 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 do.
And then go back to how can you doom 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 doom.
See, it's a whatever that is. It's a
The lyric in there that I want you to tell us about is she say there are some songs you can write to tell you how love might be all you want and simply pure delight. But the next line,
there are some songs
you can write to tell you how love might be all you want and simply pure delight. This one. But can you write me a song about what to do when your love is gone? I'm very sure I'm not the only one, 'cause I've got a love to share. It's a love that you left there. So tell me, how can you stop loving the one you do?
Yes.
Mom,
I know.
How do you say that?
Was
Where did that
Stephanie's
line come
favorite
from?
song. And when
It's
he
so
did
pretty.
the arrangements, I mean, he was sitting up there with them glasses this way on his nose. And just like when I saw him at the Symphony Hall in Chicago, him and Minnie Riperton, he's up there.
Oh, man.
And there's a million.
Man.
But he was just like that, just streaming
Just
while
tears.
he's playing. And I was like, what the hell?
Oh, that's so
Did he
great.
mess up?
Where did you get that line from? There
What?
are some songs you can write to tell you how love might be all you want and simply pure delight. But can you write me a song about what to do when the love is gone?
Yeah.
And I'm very sure I'm not the only one, because I've got a love to share.
It's the love that you left there.
Come know.
Yeah.
I think that's the
But
most
that's
gangster
why-
lyrics.
see,
Where'd you get that from?
That's where I got. How come you write like this? Because I know that. You know when I see your poems, remember that
Yes,
book?
yes.
I was like, she writes like me. But if I told you, you would have never figured that.
No, I would not.
But that's how you write.
Where you
and,
get
and and then what do you call that poem?
Yes.
When it rhymes in the beginning, in the middle, and the end. Is
Not
it
a sonnet.
P. It's a purple.
not
It's
a sonnet. It's not a
Okay.
not a
Okay.
haiku.
Why? Because
But yeah.
you just said it. How good it blows. What kind of song? How'd you say
Yeah,
it?
there are some songs
There
you
are
can
some
write.
songs you can write and tell you how love might
be.
But
Yeah.
to love and simply pure
Pure
delight.
delight.
When you rhyme that, it's called. It's a.
I know. Oh, Mom.
You know that word?
Not iambic pentameter.
No, it's
No,
it's a-
because that's
it's a-
Shakespearean. Oh, damn
Okay,
it.
that's okay.
Petrarchan sonnet?
It's a.
Say it.
Petrarchan sonnet?
Yes,
Petrarchan sonnet.
because the third line,
The first line, the third line, the fifth line. It's like a
rhymes,
beginning,
but the
middle,
other
the
two
end.
are not the same.
No.
Then it comes again that way.
That's a more sophisticated rhyming pattern.
Yes,
But I'm saying, where did you get the inspiration?
Because I got it in my thing on how to sing effectively. I got what that is
Girl,
called.
The music.
Oh,
What
I hate
is that
that.
a story? Is that
Yeah.
did that happen to you? Where did you pull from to write those words?
Yeah.
Where did you get that
That
from?
guy
Did you
who I
write-
thought was supposed to be my husband, but he wasn't. Yeah, the one who I wrote "I Don't Want to Lose Your Love" about, man. Yes.
And
So-
then you love.
Yeah,
But I like it because you got
but
that.
yeah. How can you? Yes, I got to find one to write about him. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you two more questions, Mommy. I'm gonna ask you two more questions. I want to know, what is your best memory of singing either with your sisters, Auntie Sheila, Auntie Jeanette, or Auntie Pam? And how does that feel when you look at the legacy of how it's continued with first me and Auntie Pam
Right.
from 2009.
Oh, right.
And then now me and Wendy. So your two daughters all the way starting in 2018. Wendy
Right.
2018. 2018. So what have been your best memories or your favorite pieces of this whole legacy that you've been a part of? What you think?
Because it's so amazing that we are who we are now. The
Yeah.
emotions are you, Wendy, me.
Yeah.
Well, Wendy has the voice,
Yes.
flavor, falsetto of Sheila.
Okay.
Okay, you have the thing of Sheila's. That's the thing that make you flip your hair and turn
Theatrics.
on Neighbors. Because the way you sing, don't ask my neighbor. And then you're such a good. Like Jamie Foxx, they can mimic a vocal.
Yeah.
He can't sing, but he can mimic a vocal. Really well, to where you would think he could sing.
He sing he do have some song. He can write really well, actually. He
Well-
writes because he writes
Well,
the
you
songs.
don't know
for
it
Teddy.
because he can't sing.
You see.
If he could sing, you know how good the writing was. We gotta stop that.
We love you. We
But
love
anyway,
you,
but no,
Jamie.
he loves me. I've told him that.
Yeah, you love him.
Backstage at the Grammys.
But
I
you
told
really
him.
do love him.
I
too.
do.
I know.
I do. And
No, I know what you mean when you say that because
Yeah.
mom has a distinction between a singer. It's just what I asked you a second ago about
Right.
when you guys sing and make a song your own.
Right.
Where he can write a song that the Adina Howard girls sang
Yes.
and all that stuff, or
Right.
that Tank.
Right.
His biggest hits. That's who Steve. That's who wrote them.
Right, right.
Jamie wrote those things there.
Oh.
But you know how well he mimics Ray
yes,
Charles.
He does.
He's
does.
more of a mimic for you. He's more of a mimicker, not in a
And
bad
even when
way.
he did James Brown, fooling around.
Yeah.
Like Eddie Murphy. I remember tried to sing a song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
a deal.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he was so good at mimicking
Yeah.
that it overwhelmed
Yeah.
his singing.
Yes. I see
Not
what
that
you're
he
saying.
can't sing.
No,
but
he
it ain't
can.
nothing
He can.
different. But the fact that he could do
Right.
James Brown.
He can do Ray
and he could do that
Charles.
guy Chubby Checker.
Yeah.
And he could
He's
do
very
all
versatile
of
because he's
those-
good at, like you say, the mimic. He can impersonate. That's the word
Yes.
I'm looking for that whole damn time.
Impersonate, yes.
Impersonate real well.
Yes.
He can sing like anybody.
Yes,
You know.
good.
But that's what you say though. Sometimes even when you'll tell me on certain parts of Neighbors, don't ask my neighbor.
Yeah.
You'll be like, now this part need to be just like the record because they
Right.
want auntie.
Uh-huh.
You got to give them some Auntie Sheila because that's what they
Yes.
made memories to. So you make sure you give them that. And then you throw in a little Wyann right there and then come right back.
Right.
Because that's the
Right.
professional.
Never. Because every audience sang that with her.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
ad lib. When she would
Yes.
sing that at my, all my friends.
Yeah.
I'm the same boy.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Yeah.
You think I'm changing. See, when she does change it, she don't say changing. No. Changing.
Yeah. It's like,
Ooh.
that's the.
Because it's an afterthought. You know, whenever you have
I'm such a fan.
whenever you have an emotion,
Yes.
negative, positive,
Yeah.
in between,
Yeah.
it's an after effect of what just happened. So it can't be monitored. It can't be. It has to be so. As a matter of fact, like when Sheila cried, but she's crying in tone.
Yeah.
That's opera. But
That's the song her and Uncle Maurice.
Oh, yeah.
Where would
Walking
you
the
go,
line.
baby? Your heart is with me, baby. Baby.
Never forget you, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will
I ever forget you,
Say
baby?
the song. Say that song. What is it?
Key to my heart.
Key to my heart. Goodness.
Yeah,
I couldn't
a
hear
Bertie
the name.
White song. Yes,
Bertie.
he wrote that.
I love you. So no, I just like. So it sounds like you like the spectrum and
Yes.
seeing how me and Wendy give you these glimpses of Auntie She.
Yes.
Give me these glimpses. Give you these
Right.
glimpses of the whole tone of Auntie
Because
Pam.
remember how when that's why I was such a taskmaster.
Yes.
With you guys.
Yes,
because,
no, it's true. It's true.
It was not that you had to reach the level of where we were.
No.
It was the emotion.
Yes.
Of where we were. You know, it was the. And that's the kind of stuff we would do. Sing something like that. No one does that but the Music Man. And a long time ago, the Music Man. No, you're gonna say that. You know, but they'll do that. But we do it with the breath,
Yeah.
the softness to the wow.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I remember I was telling you that you can tell, like Charlie Wilson,
Yes.
and all the real singers from Shaka,
Yes.
the folks from Chicago, when they make a run, it's easier to make a run, a melisma, which is a run, going down.
Yes.
But you know what's hard?
What?
And believe it or not, the R. Kelly, whatever the nut, he does that other run, Mavis.
Oh,
No one
going up.
goes up at the
Going
end of the
up.
thing. They just think going down.
Yeah.
Moss, all of them did. But no, Thomas again, and then Sap.
Yeah.
He knows how to take the run and don't end it down. Everybody can do that.
Yeah, go down.
End it
but
down.
you
The
give
Clark
those.
sisters, they're my favorite.
Yeah, you like those.
They,
Clark
know,
sisters.
and when they do something that's out the because you ended up, it wasn't expected. Oh. 'Cause so that brings a cliffhanger
Yes.
to an audience feeling.
And
See?
that's what makes your singing more
Yes.
dynamic.
Ah,
It's like magic tricks.
yes. Yeah.
Inside of the singing. But no, I love that. I love that the
Yes.
me and the Wendy can give you that feel
Yes.
of certain things that you used to, have
And that's
with
the
aunties and
animated
stuff.
part of singing.
I was gonna
That's
say
the
it go back to
animated-
that. It
That's
goes
it.
back to the animated parts
That's
of
it.
singing.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, and you had a question. Well,
No, go ahead. Yeah.
you have a question. I was gonna say, your best piece of advice for a new coming up artist who would want to sing like you.
Ooh, who would want to
Everybody.
sing like me?
Yes.
Well, what's something?
What would you give them? What's your best piece of advice for? Or well, not even just sing like you. Sing like the best version of themselves.
Yes, because
That's
I
better.
was going to say what you do on the end of Neighbors.
Yes.
When you get away from our Sheila and go to Wyann.
Yes.
It always trips people out. And they say, "Oh, no, Sheila didn't do that."
Right.
But they know it's different. But it's you,
Right.
and you have become
Right.
the song who has become you.
I love that.
Yes.
Though.
See,
that part make me
before-
happy.
Yes.
Yes.
The song was Sheila.
Yes.
And then at the end, the song becomes you. You become the song.
Okay, so you know why I started doing that.
Okay.
Do you know who told me that?
Who?
Cuba. Cuba Senior, when he first
He's
came
a nut,
on,
but the guy can sing.
he can sing, and
And-
he was my fan. He was always my
Yes.
friend from the time I came on. Because you know, on the 70s Soul Jam tours with the Stylistics, New Birth, Blue Magic, Blue from my thesis, Blue Notes,
Blue Notes,
the Blue Notes,
right.
and everybody being on,
That's
and Cuba
right.
Senior would host because he would
Yes,
do the
he
main
would.
ingredients. Everybody play the fool. He do that in the beginning. When I first came on with y'all, I wanted consistently.
Yes.
So like 09.
Yes.
When he first said, he said, "All right, young girl, you're gonna do your auntie proud. Let me see what you do. Let me see, because I'm gonna tell you." Now he didn't
He
mind
did.
giving it to me straight.
No, he didn't.
He didn't mind giving it to
Yeah.
me straight. And when I finally worked myself around 20, let's say 13, I worked myself into him saying, "You're doing your auntie." I came off stage and all he
Yeah.
said was, "Hey, you did your auntie proud tonight." I
Yeah,
says,
yeah.
"Thank you."
Yeah.
2014. Do you remember when we did that show
And he
in
thought it's
Lawndale?
because I was on you so hard.
No,
that's what he
and
thought.
that's what he did think.
Yeah.
But he said you whipped me into shape, is what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he did say. I'm not gonna lie about that. He
Yeah.
said that, and it did me good. It served me good.
Yes.
because it helped me enhance me sing me. It helped me and enhanced me as a singer.
Yes.
is what he said. So do you remember when we did the show in Lawndale? In this was 2014. I can tell you when it was 2014, and everybody was so close to the stage, and they didn't have nobody to stop
yes.
anybody from coming up on
Yes,
stage.
yes.
Yeah, I remember that. So he remember.
Yes, he
he
did.
hosted on
He
that one
came,
as well.
yes.
When I got done with that day, when I got backstage in 2014, he says, "You doing your auntie proud, but guess what? Hey." I said, "Yeah." He says, "Now you doing you proud too."
Yeah, so you came
told me
into your
that.
own.
He told me that.
Yes,
So
yes.
he was one of my biggest proponents, my biggest supporters, and so we say, much love to him and the
'Cause
whole
you sung
Gooding
Show Me How,
family
too.
I did.
Yeah,
I did on that
there
one.
are so many, because you can sing in your talk voice. That was Sheila's talking voice.
Because it's lower. That's
Right,
why
and
I liked
Isaac
it.
knew that.
Yeah.
Isaac Hayes had a thing like Maurice when it came to melody with us.
Yeah.
They seemed to they got into the thing that Dad had given us.
Yes.
And instead of changing it,
Yeah.
they adhered to it, and kept the thing going so there wouldn't be a,
Back and forth.
yes,
Yeah.
that we maintained our Hutchinson Sunbeams.
I
Sound.
see.
That's what it is.
I see.
Emotions was the Hutchinson Sunbeams.
Of
when
course.
we sang gospel.
Of course.
And we let that carry on into that. And that's why I believe people really remember.
But y'all didn't just do it there. You did it on Blessed, even in the front of Blessed,
Yes.
when you sounded like what Uncle Joe told me one time. He said the front part of Blessed sound like you walking into an emergency room or you walking into a hospital somewhere,
Yes.
and you can hear the person that just got the news that they always wanted to hear, the person that just got some terrible news,
Right.
the mother that's relieved that her son pulled through. He gave me this big old like how he said it. He said that's what, from what he remembers, when your dad, my grandfather, your dad told you guys about just how you guys was when he was vocal producing y'all.
Ensemble.
Yes.
Doing the ensemble in the front of
And that was
Blessed.
all four of y'all,
Yeah.
to my knowledge.
Yes, it was.
Auntie Pam, Auntie
Yes, it
Jeanette,
was, all
Mom,
four.
and Auntie Sheila on that. Yeah. You see?
Right. And then it went, that was
can't-
Mavis. Yeah.
I'm trying to stay as a host, but I keep becoming a fan, so this is hard. But no, and that's the auntie.
Yes, that's her cry.
Yes.
That goes to the run.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And Pavarotti. Remember when Pavarotti did James Brown's?
Woo! It's a man's world.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Woo,
it.
yeah.
You went to the fifth, seventh, ninth. Wow, that was nice.
I didn't even know you was gonna do that, but that's I remember that concert.
Yes.
It was extraordinary. They had it televised. Yeah, it
And
was
I mean,
amazing.
my skin would crawl.
turn into goose
skin.
pump
Oh, my
pimples.
God.
Just
Yes.
Oh yeah. So, but yes. So, to a new
that's
artist
the
coming
way.
up in the game that wants to
Yes.
sound the best of themselves, you would say, one, practice on your craft.
Yes. Practice.
Practice.
And practice by singing that thing that is difficult from a singer that you really love. Oh, if I could just sing like I did Aretha.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm gonna do all of it, and then
Yes.
I'm gonna find me in it,
There you go, Mom.
change it a little,
Yes.
and then make it the
A
most.
new thing. And you make it a new thing.
That's what they'll end up doing.
Ooh, I love that. And then from Instagram Live, we happen to go live. We're going to be going live on a couple of these episodes so you guys can have your input and these Get Raised section. And one thing that our auntie, well, my auntie, Harmony Blackwell came through and said from the Whispers,
Yes.
when she sang with the Whispers and everything,
Oh.
she said, what was your favorite song with Maurice White? That's what Auntie Harmony want to know.
Oh, believe it or not, walking the line.
Mm-hmm.
Walking the line.
Yeah.
We got a chance to go back and forth ad lib.
Yeah.
So, oh, yeah, a little
Yeah, I
bit.
want you to
I
do
said-
that. And not and just so y'all
That's
know,
what happens when you squall because it's a garbage.
it make it come up. But so think about this on Walking the Line, which hello Dr. Cornell West, because that is his favorite song.
Oh, yes, it is.
That's his favorite song of y'all's,
Yes,
like
it
without a
is.
question.
Yes, he can make an hour speech on that song. And,
He's
and
serious about it,
the
too.
whole world and what kind of condition it's in. By
Yeah.
doing Walking the Line. I heard him do it at Loyola in Chicago.
Mm,
Oh, wow.
You turn my life around. Yeah, the second time.
That part was Maurice.
Yeah.
Just like in Reason. Yeah, that's how he goes down to that.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'll sing with her this whole episode if y'all let me. I think I did, but I love that because who wrote Walking the Line, Mom?
Same one, Neighbors.
Are you serious? Or Skip Scarborough?
Skip Scarborough. Mm-hmm. Yes,
I
he
love
did.
Skip. We love Skip. And
Shout
Skip's
out to
family,
Mark.
too. And shout out to Mark. Yes, for sure. So I wanted to get a small little singing sample of you. If we wanted to do some little bloodshed. You want Whitney?
Oh,
You want Whitney?
well.
Can you?
I like the key. You got to make sure she's singing it in the right. Oh, yes.
We'll make sure she sings it in the right key. But what I like to show people, number one, is what I call a flatfoot singer.
With it like you. I don't know how she did it.
No,
Two or
I've
three
heard her
times.
sing with us on
She'll
it,
be
and she
at
did
it.
right.
Yes.
And this is just on the fly. My mom
yeah,
didn't
we're
know she was
talking.
going to do this, so
Yeah,
But I like this because they don't ever see me in just my
turned
daughter
off the
mode.
air. I knew that.
They turned off
was-
the air?
It was that.
Are we having personals? That makes I'll
I
give me
know
tell them.
because I feel the glistening.
I'm telling them.
No, Warren, you got to do it or it won't.
Turn
be
back
done.
on the air, Mother said. Don't get us in trouble. Thank you.
Are we keeping this or is
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No, but this is because I told them, I said, I want this to be at the house, just in the mode of, they know the emotions when you, remember when we was on Questlove?
Yes.
We was on Questlove, so they know you and when you giving all the history, and they know you when you doing all of the singing effectively and different stuff like that. So this is where people just get to see you be mom.
Yeah. And do you know, I really like singing because we sang with so many great singers.
Yes.
The Whispers, the Temptations.
Yeah.
I would always
Stylistics.
go, stylistics, want to sing with them on stage. And what was so cool about the stylistics is they would bring us on sometime.
Yes.
And we would sing that, or they would come on like Cubing.
Yeah.
Gooding would come on with us.
Cuba
And
and
sing.
he would stand on when we did Best of My Love. He would stand on the stage
fine,
and he
yes.
was like, I don't care.
He would find a note
stand
that
on.
was really cool.
He would. Because
Yeah.
it was, but also, Mom, wouldn't you say that was when you guys, when in your singing, it's camaraderie. It
Yeah.
wasn't competition.
No.
It turned into that, I think, later, like around some of the, who's the
maybe-
most singing,
right.
who's selling the most records.
Right.
I don't want to give you the keys. I got to have the.
Well, the R&B singers didn't have that.
No.
That didn't come into the rappers.
But now the R&B doing more than the rappers now.
they're great now. Ain't no R&B, nobody but Timberlake. Is that how you say it? What's his name?
Justin Timberlake.
Justin. Yes, he's the only R&B artist that's out there. I mean, I don't know what the hell. Oh, Benjamin knows that, huh? Benjamin Wright.
Benjamin Wright did the strings on that 2020
Yeah.
push.
Everybody else is trying to find the R&B now.
Yeah.
Pharrell, of
Yeah.
course, he how you say magnimized it.
Magnified it.
Yes.
And
he
maximized it.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Maximize, yeah.
He did it.
Yeah.
And he got those.
Oh, with the baby, the Robin Thicke boy. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
The artist like that.
Oh, those fields, period. The
Yeah.
Curtis Mayfield.
Right.
He took those fields and made them.
Something new.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And that's how would you if you had to
Things I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because everyone can sing it. That's why Best of My Love was so good, because everyone could sing it.
Yeah.
Once you
Yeah.
get there, you got it.
Everybody, yeah, you can stop. The whole audience be singing on that part by the time it come to us and everything. So we gonna throw a new boo into this mix.
Hey.
My sister is gonna come.
Oh, we
Can
don't
you
have to
come over
see
here?
her. She knows.
sit in the middle.
Please. No, please.
Oh my gosh, that's her booty. Here, my tie.
Oh, I can sit right here.
Okay, no, it's better.
Yeah, we was gonna have
Yes.
you.
I can do it right there.
Yes. Oh, good.
How you feel, Mommy? You got room. Come on over.
Yes.
Come on over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Scooty in. And Scooty
Oh, yeah,
in.
perfect.
There we go.
This is all for those wonderful YouTube viewers. We wanted to make sure that y'all can see all three of us and everything. We have a new addition to the set. Her name is Whitney Vaughn. You might remember her from such episodes as Summertime Fine. Back in July of 2019, my sisters accompanied me. So now we have my baby sister here. Who turned off the air?
Oh, I don't even know. I was in
okay.
the room watching a movie.
Can you tell them to
Well,
turn
that's
back
the
on?
way to be.
Thank you so much.
That's the way to be. Well, it's almost over.
Yes, no, this is the end.
I mean, no, the one that you always came up with the right key when you were at your house. Bless it. Ties.
I'm saying always
You
time.
said time.
I know.
I thought like
My
that.
soul feels good about 1,000
Yeah.
times.
Blessed that be the ties that bind.
Whitney!
I'm sorry.
I
I didn't
can't
mean to go
believe you
down.
don't. No, you did good. What are you
Oh,
talking
good.
about?
No, because I was supposed to stop at that
She's
point.
getting louder in my ear.
sorry.
Whitney,
I
don't
didn't
yell at her.
But you're fine.
Don't.
Okay, oh,
yeah,
good.
no, you did so good, Whitney. I'm so. You told her that?
She is.
After you told me about, can I do it? And I was like, last night, I was like,
She's singing the part Wendy.
Yes, this will be Wendy.
and then we were watching Bobby Shue this morning, and all of a sudden I was like, Mommy, I don't know if I know how to do this.
Okay,
That's
what's
a
the
very
Clark
high
sister-
note.
It's the
all
last Clark
very high.
sister
Very
song.
high.
in
It's all
that
very high.
Show.
Cause we are blessed and highly favored. That we are blessed and highly favored.
Yeah,
But
Whitney.
that,
She gonna keep going because she knows it and we don't. So she gonna keep trying to go.
that we would
Okay,
sing.
wait.
Not the others.
Yes.
What's another?
Think of it. It's Clark.
So this, ladies and gentlemen, while they're you can go keep going.
I'm trying to think.
This is the Do I Diddy section. I hope you all are enjoying this impromptu. This is what I call a flat foot singer moment. A flat foot singer moment
Okay.
is when you have some
That sounds right.
mofos who you can just say, hey, spit this. That's in hip hop. Spit a 16. Spit a clean 16. Or in the world of R&B, hey, sing fill in the blank. You don't need extras. You don't need melodyne.
they're
You
going
don't
off.
need...
And then you were saying that was the last song
auto-tune.
that they all did together.
That's what
You just get up?
Highly
Oh, that was
praised.
it?
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
the song.
and you do it.
'Cause we are yeah, it's that song.
oh.
And
Through all the
Baby.
darkness, through all the.
But then y'all didn't
That's
want to do
that-
That was the one that
Bless
we
It?
did.
What's
Y'all
the
didn't want to do Bless It?
the whole one? We don't know.
No, just the verse to the chorus.
Oh.
I'll practice it right now.
Do you ever take the time to concentrate your mind and listen? Ooh, yeah. To your inner sound. Marvel at the beauty that nature holds. Spread your wings to freedom. Erase it from your mind. All the doubt you see, soaring like an eagle to your victory. God will give you victory. His love Blessed, blessed,
You say,
blessed,
Thank you, mommy.
oh.
blessed, blessed. Okay, do it.
Okay.
Blessed, 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 blessed. Then you go up.
Oh, I thought you meant. I'm sorry.
It's the Eva. She know we don't.
I don't
Yeah.
even know it. Go.
Yeah.
Blessed, 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 blessed.
You want to? Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Blessed, blessed. Go
ahead.
Blessed, 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 blessed. Hush.
Whitney.
Don't put that on camera. She
No, that's exactly on camera.
CPS. SPFS.
SPSS.
Thank you,
Oh
social.
my gosh.
SPSS is what we use for statistics.
Just finished my final.
No, Whitney just finished her final.
Thank you.
And-
I only practiced that one little part.
No. I just wanted us to do
that's why
something.
she's the one wanted to
We
do
just did it random.
That's good.
And it,
Yes.
it was the point to not be perfect. I just wanted
Right,
them to
good.
see
Right.
this goes all the way down. Whitney does not tour with us. Whitney is a registered nurse
Yeah.
working on her bachelor's of science in nursing. She just hears us singing around the house. We just got done
Yes.
telling you that the harmonies sound easier than they
Yes.
actually are.
Hard.
So
Right.
when mom, what was I can't remember the song, but you just showed how we went from one octave to the low octave to the high octave. You know, to this is something that
Right.
you all have been taught to do in your regular
3 inversions
Yes.
throughout the song.
Yes.
When you do the first blessed one I was giving you each, that one's the low one, then the one in the middle, then the high one, which
Got
you
it.
know.
Yes.
No,
That's
I
the
just
one
thought
that's
everything
on
was
the
like
end.
1,
on
3,
the end of the
5.
song, but
Yeah.
by the time you guys are at the end of the song, it's
Right.
So-
it's on the dominant octave. That from the very beginning.
that's so smart. I don't even know all that
Yeah,
stuff.
just
Like you know
thought.
all the terms and stuff. I don't even know all that. I just know we're doing it.
Blessed,
Yeah.
blessed,
Yeah.
That's the octave.
Yeah.
Right to the,
Yeah, it is. I'm hearing it now, Mom. I hear it. Yeah,
See,
yeah,
most
yeah.
groups they do like 1, 3, 5, and then trying to do theirs. It's like
Not the same.
what? I can't even.
At the same
hear
And you
that.
even took the music classes at Glendale College.
Yes,
You would take him.
yeah.
So
But
I'm-
she knew it.
She did.
Note-wise writing it. She really does.
think I know
She
more
knows,
Oh, wow.
And even
Yeah.
pushing
Yeah.
Yeah.
piano.
Yeah. Oh
But just
no.
hearing it so many times, almost like how
Yes.
Pam was a utility. The highest has always been the easiest for
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
But the lowest is like
Right, because
Oh,
usually...
tell them real quick.
Crazy.
Tell them just for extension of Do I Diddy. Tell them how Maurice used the emotions like horns on Boogie Wonderland.
On Boogie Wonderland. Oh, yeah, because while I was teaching, each time somebody came in the group, and I had to teach them the thing and how to sing Boogie Wonderland without
Yeah.
falling out
Of breath.
Of breath.
Yes.
It's called circular singing, like horn players. They circular.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they breathing, it's just that Dizzy Gillespie. I mean, all the.
Sure.
But it's the same kind of a thing.
Wow.
But you don't enunciate the words actually like they sound. Because when you're saying, when I start to dance in Boogie Wonderland, I find romance. When I start to dance in Boogie Wonderland, dance. Ding, 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 ding. Boogie Wonderland. Ha, ha, dance. Boogie Wonderland. Shoot, yeah. But we
those
do it
are-
a lot faster.
Well,
than that.
obviously, yeah, do it in faster and everything. And the thing is, when you guys are hitting it, when we hit that, it's there's no like sliding into it to kind of make
No.
sure it's a
Edge.
either you know it or you don't, and you gotta boom
Right
it's
on it.
boom
Because
right
you don't get a
there.
second time.
No, and think about how the song starts. Boom, 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 boom. Like it starts with
Right.
the intensity that the vocals
That's
only
true.
follow,
That's
sort of a
true.
thing. So that's, Mom, you are a walking lesson.
you are
In music, and we love you, Mommy. So much. So you know we're gonna I'm gonna do this thing called Wyann's Words of Wisdom, but at this point, y'all, what y'all came to do Y'all fulfill. Would you like to
Did you want
tell
to tell?
About
anything?
stories.
Would you like to tell anybody anything in your parting words?
All of the wonderful friends of it. Met with Wyann, Dre, Quest, TJ.
Dr. Dre.
Yes.
I was gonna say a Tribe Called Quest. No, Quest Love of the Roots. My
Love
mom's
the
favorite
Roots.
DJ.
I
You'll hear
love
about
the
that in a
Roots.
second. DJ Quick, who
Well, I
also
love the way
sings
you're wearing
his
your
love.
hair now.
Yeah.
Nice. You're so fine.
Oh, mommy, I'm telling.
Look, and that is the next guest. So.
We got to shout out Pops and Rance and Ninth.
Yeah,
and-
Pops 1500,
Pops.
TJ Wilkins,
Ninth.
Pops 1500,
Yes.
Ninth, Rance 1500, the 1500 Sound Academy crew at large, everybody. We make sure that we're just shouting out all. Mom wanted to give a special shout out to who does all of our hair, so don't take my hair as a
right.
representation because she does better than this.
Krista.
This is
No, that's
QT.
beautiful, too.
I did this quickly.
No,
I did this
no.
quickly. Okay, thank you, Mom.
But it's got the Indian
Shine.
because we're black
Indian.
feet.
Yes, we have the black
And
feet.
that's my
with
mom.
with our engines and everything, and so Aquista Taylor, QT in these streets.
She grew it in my hair.
She grew her hair all the way down. Mom has the longest hair of all of us now.
Using the Duke
I don't know
product.
why.
using
And
y'all-
omega-3.
Y'all know what it is.
Oh, yeah,
Using
the dew. Oh,
I love
yeah,
the dew
that
more than
stuff.
you knew.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Shouts out to Maya Smith, our Maya, who made
my
this.
Maya.
And that, Whitney, do you have any shouts out before I could have y'all
And
go?
thank everybody for helping us win the Grammy Award.
Well,
We were supposed to win 6 like Beyonce,
Ooh.
but we didn't.
Everyone wants to sound like y'all. Beyonce want to sound like you.
Beyonce did say that you are one of her favorite
Oh, I
groups.
love
And so
singing
did
with her.
Erica Badu.
Maybe,
Yes.
Truly.
Erica?
Yeah,
Truly.
Erica did.
Yeah, both
That's
of them.
so cool. Well, we'll be
Yeah.
on stage one time, maybe in Zoomville. Yeah.
I love it.
Shout out to the family, my family,
Shout
all
out
of our
to
Facebook and
everybody.
Instagram family and
Yes.
YouTube
Yes.
and everybody.
See how we do that.
You want to muzzle on her?
You know what?
Yeah, I'm gonna put this right
She's
here,
my
Mom.
mommy, but she acted like my sister.
Look. And I wanted you guys to get a real feel for what it is like growing up with legends. So this is I think I'm gonna call Whitney back in for Dad because you got to bother Mom. Daddy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we should have her to bother
Yes.
Dad too.
Yes.
I'm gonna text you.
Why
I'ma
ain't
text
gonna
you.
Because
be here
Whitney
too.
want us to do side by side.
No, that's what I said. Can we do that?
The song we wrote.
Yeah.
Would you guys want that? And then
gonna
we can
give-
tease it now on
Earth,
this
Wind, and
episode, but it's gonna
Fire.
air on Dad's episode. in
Smart.
June.
Oh, good.
Episode 19.
Oh,
Okay, good. I just want
Summertime
you guys-
fine.
Yes, and then Whitney and Wendy think that no, they don't think they are going to
but
come
on
back.
the lookout
July.
for
Yes. Be on the lookout for
Life.
Life. The thing you think you know so much about. It's new music from the Emotions. They allowed Wendy and Wyann to write with Snoop Dogg. I'm trying to talk, but I'm also singing. Look at this face. Get her face.
No, don't put me up on there.
No, absolutely put her on.
Oh,
She gonna
no,
take
Nelly.
that with a little bit of tequila. So I'm gonna go ahead and say, well, no, actually, at this point, I'm gonna go on ahead and let them. We're gonna
Why he
skip
gonna cut
Wyan's
you
words of
out?
wisdom. We're gonna do it a little out of
He gonna
order.
cut you
Let's
out.
do the pay your dues right now. So since they already. So one pay your dues is Asian Black, at Asian BLK, ASI, Whitney spell Asian. ASIAN.
Yes.
BLK. At Asian Black on Instagram. Her name is Quista Taylor. She does our hair.
she
And my mom is
does.
sporting, and my baby sister is sporting how well she does hairs. I would have been to her, but I'm going to wait so my hair can be fresh for something that we're doing. We're going to announce it in just a
Oh,
second.
that's right. We're gonna announce
Second, pay your dues. And I'll give you the music to this in just a second because you know how we do pay your dues usually. Pay your dues second is going to be to Maya Smith of The Do.
Oh, my girl,
I love The
Maya.
Do on Instagram.
Yes.
That is at ILOVETHEDOUX.
Where would they find this in Chicago? Because my
Target.
in Chicago.
Target?
Because she couldn't find it there.
Yes. No.
Is it in the
And she can get online. Yes, it is. It's in
And you see how you spell it?
DOUX because it's like French.
Oh.
It's like French. So DOUX. Remember, she started her line in
that's
Germany. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
In Germany.
She started her line in
That's
Germany.
right.
So and they have a multicultural, which includes a lot of French, German, English, obviously, and different stuff in there. Italians, don't you? And don't they? Some. Well, that's another one of the common languages and stuff. But so yes, that's another thing that we're going to be promoting on this episode. Whitney's trying to hiccup. Hand me that thing right there, Mom. I'm going to gift you our next thing. From mathematics, M-A-F. No, bring me the whole thing. M-A-F. Math.
Yeah.
T. No. M-A-F-M-A-T-I-K-S. Mathematics.
Yes.
Mathematics.
M-A-F-M-A-T-I-K-S. Mathematics. Y'all know I'm hooked on phonics. So, Mom, you're gonna get some.
Who's listening?
Bless me.
Oh my
Can
God.
you take some mathematics
I
earrings?
think so, man.
Shouts out to LL.
Oh, thank you.
I need a girl with extensions in her hair. Bamboo earrings, at least 2 pairs.
So nice.
Okay. So we wanted to make sure we did something for you. Why? You want this hat too? You can't have this hat.
Ooh, you can't have it.
You want the hat
No,
too?
Mommy's gonna cover it.
I wear the other hat.
She loves
Okay, let me have this hat.
You can have that
Okay, thank you.
I like the one I have. It's
Okay.
brown and white.
That's a nice one. It's sexy. And then, of course, as always, the last and never least thing that we like to advertise is the all things Raise It Up Why that can be found on wyannvon.com. WYANNV as in Victor, AUGHN.com on everywhere, and at Raise It Up Y on all platforms. Make sure
And
that
you'll be able
all-
to buy life.
You can buy Life
Off of the
that's gonna be
website
Mom and
next month.
them new single that's
Yes.
gonna be out and available next month. No,
Yes.
in June.
And Wyann is singing on it.
I am, and I co-wrote it.
And yes, she did.
I co-wrote it with you.
And Snoop Dogg.
And Snoop Dogg and Terrence Martin and
Wonderful.
Joseph Lineberg and some good people and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure that Mom and Whitney got included. Oh, and then also give a shout out to the graduates and the graduate class of
graduate 2020.
Ujima 2020. Pasadena City College. We're shouting out Dr. Gina Lopez, who was also a
Gina,
graduate.
that's
She's a
right.
graduate of
That's right.
2020.
Oh, get out.
She got her PhD this year.
Oh, my
well,
God.
EDD.
EDD. Oh, right.
Educational
This year?
doctorate
Doctorate.
degree.
This
Yes,
year?
yes. She would have been graduating, but everything got pushed
yeah,
to
yeah.
Zoom sort of a thing. So you tell Gina she got the best of your love.
You got the best of my love.
Yeah. Okay. Look at that. And we have love to Ujima, love to Dr. Gina Lopez, love to Armia C. Walker, love to Black Academia PCC, Onet Zeleka, and all of the wonderful people at the college. I wanted to make sure I got all this crazy. Look at these crazies. I wanted to make sure I got them all. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I hope that you're getting as much love as you are hearing, and there is in this room on this side of the microphone, because that's what we're looking to do in this time, Mom. Aren't we looking to spread love?
Yes.
And we're spreading positivity.
And don't worry, everybody. You just stay, like Wendy started out with saying, be yourself.
Yes,
Get that
yes.
comfortable with yourself. And just stay God, because God will take care of you.
Yes,
Yes,
Mommy.
He will. Through every night, every day. He will take care of you.
Yes, thank you,
Yes.
Mom. I'm gonna do this next part. Oh, go ahead. Yes, absolutely.
Or all the way, He will take care of you, God. He will take care. He will take care.
Yeah, Mom.
He'll take care of you.
I love my mommy. Okay, yes, mommy, your part is done. Whitney, mommy, you guys can go ahead. I'm gonna do this last part alone.
Okay.
And y'all can, y'all got you. And you feel your air came back on. That's yours.
Oh, the air came
Your
back.
air came back. Look, now
sorry.
she's happy. No, I got you.
Edit any of this?
Yeah, huh? Yeah, no, a little bit.
No.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
now
texting you.
don't put your butt in.
Come on, mommy.
Don't put your butt, only if you put your butt right there.
In church.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, mommy.
Wow.
Have coffee.
Ooh,
I got you. Yeah, no, you got it.
Gotcha.
Look at her. Look at her. Woo. Hutchinson hips. Yeah. I love you crazy, my sister. OMG.
I'm gonna let her play. Let her back in.
Hey, this is you'll soon find out in episode 19 and under Dad's Vaughnisms that there is never a dull moment. And a lot of you all asked, what is it like growing up with music legends? Now you'll no longer ask. It's a lot of redirecting. It's a lot of bringing back to focus. It's a lot of background noise. I'm gonna tell you a true story. The first paper in my master's program, I was at my house in LA, quiet. Only I was there. And as I was writing, trying to come up with whatever I was going to create for this 5-page paper, I couldn't concentrate in the quiet. The silence was distracting because this is what I'm used to growing up in. This is what I'm used to creating my papers, my getting my A's in college and in high school everywhere I've gotten A's and such. I've done it in here in this sonic blissful chaos that I call a musical household. So I packed up all my stuff, left LA, drove up here to the suburbs called Glendale, and we actually had a show coming up that weekend. So I had to get my paper done ahead of time. I took Saturday classes. And when I tell you, you can go on my Wyann Vaughn Facebook page. In 2009, September, it was fall semester, 2009, and the title of this particular video is called Fire. It's called Fire with exclamation points. And if you see that video, I recorded it on my, y'all remember when MacBooks used to be all white and they were small and everything? I recorded it on there and I showed how there were about 12 or 15 people in the smallest area of our studio downstairs in this particular house, by the way. You might see it if Dad decides to be game in this next segment that we might do for his episode. But let me tell you something. We literally did this rehearsal, and as we were doing this rehearsal, we were singing Fire, and we didn't have a mic set up. So the bullhorn, what do you say, babe, like this, that you speak into and it, like it makes sounds and stuff like that? Not a bullhorn, but megaphone. In a megaphone sort of a thing. That was our mic. So we're literally singing Fire, and Dad puts the Fire. I wrote my first page of my first paper for my master's program sitting in that. That was where I caught my vibe and said, oh, after I get the first page, I can write 20 pages now. I just needed to start. And being around what y'all just heard, and if you're watching on YouTube, what y'all just saw, that's how I get my rocks off, y'all. So I would like to take this moment to go into Wyann's words of wisdom. And in doing this Wyann's words of wisdom, I'm going to give you your quotable right up front. Harmony only works when you stick to your note. I wanted to weigh in on today's self-awareness topic regarding what does giving the very best of your love look like? I'd like to think the best of your love would go to your own reflection in a glassy mirror somewhere, but in my experience, when people are met with their worth and beauty and aren't ready for it, the true essence of love that they divinely are is the exact thing that they resist. People shrink at learning about their greatness. Sometimes even people say, that's just not cool. Or other times, people just feel truly foreign to whatever their sense of self may be. I believe the very best of my love looks like when I know where I am versus where I am not. When I am real with myself and authentic. I get to make mistakes and I forgive myself with ease. I stick to my time schedules and don't harbor guilt or resentment about what doesn't get handled today. I let myself off the hook. So long as I know I did my very best. That's what the best of my love looks like to me. And so I think about this knowledge of self and about my mom's group, The Emotions. When Questlove, who is my mom's favorite DJ, shouts out to Amir, introduced me to Bilal as a part of the Emotions lineage, Bilal replied, "Oh, The Emotions, only the most harmonically effective group of all time. Of course, that's who you are." And said it in a very matter-of-fact tone. When I think of Mom, Wanda, Aunt Jeanette, and Aunt Sheila's harmonies as arranged by my grandfather, Papa Joe, I think about today's quotable. Harmony only works when you stick to your note. Harmony is where several notes or tones play together, and as they play, they unify in a pleasing way to the ear. Most commonly, there's a root note and two notes above that, usually a third and a fifth. And while that, like I said, is most common, it's most certainly not the only way that notes can find themselves on a sonic playground in order to form one beautiful sound, commonly called a chord. Here's the thing about their play, though. Each note has to be itself in order for the blend of harmony to work. The root note has to stay whole and true in order for the other two notes to know their places. If someone's singing, the middle note shifts, the harmony is altered, and the prettiness can suffer. In a jazzy world, notes can sometimes bend and create some new appealing sounds. Other times, though, when notes shift, they step out of that playground we call in music the key of a song, and the result can sound off or eerie or displeasing, to say the least. So, learning oneself is like knowing your note. And when you know your note, the notes in your key that make harmony with you are easily determined. You can sing effortless songs with gorgeous melodies. In that playground or in the sonic space that we like to call a key, you can begin to explore with trials and errors and learn your notes even more fully. Learning where your note sounds good is as important as learning where it doesn't sound good. That's the purpose of shedding or practicing your melody in life. Being able to explore yourself within your key is how you make the most of your song, the most of your life. So tell me this. What happens when you have a tendency to hear another note and then begin to quaver with your ability to hold your own? What happens when you enjoy someone else's melody very much and then all of a sudden your melody starts sounding a lot like theirs? What happens when you go to hear another's song or look at another's life, and now, instead of enjoying its sound, you begin to compare the range of your melody against what they've been able to accomplish in their key? Without any musical metaphors, what happens when you don't know yourself, and therefore when you begin to comparatively look at other people's lives, you rob yourself of the joy of your own? What happens when you try to be them, whoever they are? Well, let's get back to our hip hop canons. It ain't no future in your frontin'. That's one we didn't talk about today, but it's definitely one of the top 10 commandments. Ain't no future in your frontin', and it ain't no half stepping. People who lack originality and creativity are half steppers. They're clowns and they're corny as fuck. Of course, we're all influenced by others. That's called mentorship or studying the greats. But to take someone's fully developed sound, their note, their melody, and attempt to take it on as if it's your own makes you a fraud. And unless you're doing karaoke or a tribute show in Vegas somewhere where the idea is for you to sound just like the person, you're literally stealing someone's life. You're stealing a sound. My mom wanted to sound like Mavis Staples. I think she told you that in the episode. And if you listen closely to their early stuff, which was sampled by Big Daddy Kane, Ain't No Half Steppin', you'll hear from their song Blind Alley, my mom, she says a song. I think they don't actually play it in Big Daddy Kane's song, but there's a Biggie freestyle. One of his earliest freestyles is done over the Ain't No Half Steppin' beat, which is my mom and them's Blind Alley song. And it keeps going. And by the time Biggie gets done rapping, you hear mom come in the back and, hey boy. And the next thing is blind alley, blind alley. But when she belts out that, hey boy, it's in this very Mavis Staples kind of way. But with all her independent experiences in music and with her family and all of her fumbling around in her own sonic background, her own sonic playground, my mom eventually left the high influential sound of Mavis Staples and grew into her very own, at the time, Wanda Hutchinson sound. Harmony needs authentic notes to stay true when other notes sing around them, or the result isn't harmony. Multiple tones all singing the same note is called unison. And unison has its place in music, but it's not harmony. People often desire living in harmony. As a world, that means we get to have our notes. We all get to have our notes. I can be me. You can be you. And as long as we're following the rules of harmonics, which state that you get to stay on your note and I get to stay on mine, I don't judge how you sing your note and tell you what you ought to do in order for your stuff to sound good. Because even if I did tell you what you need to do to sound good, really, I'm telling you what I have for you to do to sound good. And the same thing is true if someone were to try to tell me what is good for me in order to sound good. I'm telling you, if everybody is able to keep their note, we can sing beautiful harmonics. We can make beautiful music. That doesn't happen when we're all pushing for those different from us to behave in ways that we see fit for them to live. My whole thing is make sure that whatever you're doing in your life causes no harm to you and causes no harm to anyone around you, and keep pushing. Live your life and sing your notes. Tend to your note. Tend to your vibe. Let life blend you with those just like you. Harmony will be your result. I thank you very much for taking this amazing, unpredictable, highly creative ride with us today. Special shouts out to my mom, to my beautiful sister, Whitney Vaughn, for her impromptu appearance. Thanks to everyone who was shouted out, who contributed to the research. Questlove, Dr. Dre, DJ Quick, DJ Pooh, Terrace Martin, everyone who was a part of this particular episode. Also, for a date, just randomly, after today, literally tomorrow, Friday, the 29th of May, we will be taking over Unsung's Facebook and Instagram Live for a very special at-home concert. So make sure that you check that out after this. And also, be looking out for new music from The Emotions, a song called Life, written by my sister Wendy Vaughn, myself, Terrace Martin, Joseph Lineberg, The Emotions, and Snoop Dogg. You won't want to miss it. Loves, I appreciate you. I thank you for rocking with us. And as always, stay real.
Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up.